Innovation and Design Thinking. IDT. VTU. Module 2. Tools for Design Thinking. By J. Babu. Design Thinking Tools. Immersion. This is perhaps the first tool that is utilized in any process of design thinking. Just when you begin to think about a problem that needs to be solved or an idea for a product that will change life as we know it, immersion begins to happen. Design thinking tools available in the market that can be used for undertaking immersion are Session Lab, Stormboard, IdeaFlip, Smaply, UserForge, Make My Persona. 2. Visualization. In design thinking, the visualization tool is crucial. After identifying the problem or lack in step 1, immersion, the second step is to visualize how to solve the problem. In this regard, visual thinking helps designers to imagine or create a niche product that is suitable to the needs of the market it wishes to bring about a change in. For example, to manufacture a chair, one has to think of a platform that is raised above the ground and can be used to sit upon. This is visualization. Tools available in the market for visualization: Miro, Concept Board, Google Jamboard, Mural, Shape. 3. Mind mapping. Mind mapping, one of the key tools for designers, helps generate, structure, interlink, and classify ideas to look for patterns around how the final design will come about. An intermediate phase overlaps through all design thinking processes. The tool relates products to one central idea product. Mind mapping can happen only in a team setup. The customer base can participate by being asked to draw relatable patterns from the data we as an organization present to them. Design thinking tools in the market that can be used for mind mapping: ClickUp, Iowa, Miro, SmartDraw, MindMeister, Milanote, Microsoft Visio, MindGenius, UseItChart. 4. Rapid iteration. In the fast-paced world we live in today, where competition is tighter than ever, it is necessary to adapt quickly to sustain your organization. For instance, in the case of e-commerce platforms or food delivery organizations like Swiggy, all stakes are dependent on the sharp sword of time. In such scenarios, where coordination between people and objects from the real world cannot be replicated in office spaces, a quick iteration design thinking tool works best. Therefore, testing designs quickly in the real world, improving upon them, and retesting keeps the market open for innovation. 5. Assumption testing. Assumption testing is not only part of the curriculum in management courses, but also is an important design thinking tool. In 2009, two Harvard Business School graduates launched Rent the Runway on the assumption that customers like to rent dresses over the internet. The founders tested this assumption before proceeding and looked at where the company stands today. Assumption testing implies identifying assumptions, stereotypes, and prejudices that underlie the attractiveness of any new product and then testing it. It involves thought testing and field experiments. This design thinking tool uses large amounts of data to classify A. What might work, B. What generally works, C. What should not work and why it works. 6. Prototyping. This is the tool that turns your idea into material reality. Prototyping is about minimizing the I of ROI, return on investment, to the extent that the cost of your first 2D prototype is that of a pencil or a piece of bread. Most businesses these days proceed with 2D prototypes before going on with 3D models. Therefore, prototypes can also include storyboards, images, role-play, skits, etc. 7. Finding the value proposition. Rather than adding more features to your product, focus on finding value. However minimal that may be, the value should be irreplaceable. When Steve Jobs left the organization in 1985, Apple changed its product development cycle completely. It launched more and more products, pumped millions into R&D around them, but hardly found success. When Jobs returned to the company in 1997, he dumped the old product cycle and established a new line of products using design thinking. He specifically used this value proposition tool to launch and fund R&D around very few products that no one but Apple could deliver with the best software and hardware service in the world. This was a long shot and a big risk, but see where it got Apple. In no time, the company became a market leader in smartphones and computers. According to company's market cap, Apple is the world's most valuable company today, with a total worth of $2.430 trillion. There are no specific tools in the market for creating a roadmap of the value proposition for your stakeholders or clients, but suffice it to say that some basic ones like Strategizer's value proposition canvas, Image, Canva, and Pictochart will do the job. 8. Learning launch. Once your prototype is approved, it goes to the final end user, your customer. Learning launch is the tool wherein your test product is launched in the market for a quick experiment. In contrast to a new product launch, this test is conducted solely for gathering data. As a design thinking tool, learning launch can be difficult to navigate through. After all, liking your product does not mean one will buy it. The most critical aspect of this tool is that unlike traditional analysis and case studies that happen over a long period, this approach works for short periods. 9. Collaborative creation. What is the hardest thing about creating a product? Most likely, it is the time when the MVP, minimum viable product, is out in the market for testing. A crucial component of this testing phase is also data analysis. Besides having the product used by multiple customers and stakeholders, a team is also enrolled in the data collection process around the product's feedback. Tools available in the market for helping co-create any data collection tool like Excel, Tableau, Xplenty, and Excite. One can even use user testing for real-time feedback. 10. The art of selling. The oldest profession in the world is the art of storytelling. Since storytelling has been used in every craft and art practice, including business, this has become a primary production tool. As part of design thinking, this tool, if not used properly, can result in returning to phase 1, immersion. After all, without convincing the customer, how do you expect your product to sell? It is where the art of selling and the whole body of professional advertisers and marketers come to play. The art of selling revolves around creating presentations and storyboards around your product. Narratives that reveal a problem, how we tackle it daily, and how your solution is best in the market, because using metaphors, analogies, and data to drive home your product and service is key to nailing the art of selling. If you see any successful life cycle of a product or service, notice that how it was introduced in the market made all the difference in bringing about sales and staying in the minds of consumers forever. Think of the most popular and evergreen slogan from the world of advertising that we have heard. Let's say, "A diamond is forever." Do you know how old this brand slogan is? More than 80 years. It has almost become an adage so naturalized in our consciousness that we think this is the most obvious thing to say about any precious gemstone. Do you know the reason why "a diamond is forever" has stood the test of time? It is so because the slogan so rightly matches with the brand personality and the product besides being catchy. See the figure. Figure shows use of different tools in different phases of design thinking process. Thanks for watching. Comment for any suggestions. Like, share and subscribe for more videos.